Now this is by Charisma. I see what you did there. You're not slick. Well, I mean, you definitely weren't trying to be slick, but that's an interesting name you got. Let's see what you're talking about.
I sat down in 2021, casually scrolling down for seasonal.
Also, if y'all don't know, like, I love me some Mushoku Tensei. So I'm very interested to see the perspective that he has. And we're labeling something the Mushoku Tensei effect. Now, if you don't know, I just explained it in my last reaction about the Mappa effect. I just don't like when y'all give things effect and it's a common thing. Now, Mushoku Tensei is a very unique anime. So I'm hoping we have a unique effect that's literally only applicable to Mushoku Tensei. And I will love this video. So talk to me.
Anime, I came across a show with an interesting cover. I was new to anime at this time, and the term isekai was being thrown around a lot.
Yep.
So I was curious as to what this show
I'm not gonna
had
lie, isekai to this day is getting tossed around like a thought. It's on everything.
Never in my life have I found a piece of media that would leave an impact as big as Mushoku Tensei did for me.
Okay.
It also introduced me to the best waifu in anime history, Iris Greyrat.
Okay. Now, I don't have a problem with him saying this, but according to y'all moral high ground ass people that's on this internet, we were just watching a trope video about people who like lollies. I mean, people like about lollies being a stupid trope. Does he get any backlash for this statement? Cause like y'all were dick riding that nigga that was talking about, oh, lollies being a trope is weird, or blah 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 blah. So this better not be okay to y'all. To me, it's perfectly fine. It's a non-fictional character. But I'm just saying, y'all weird high horse ass niggas that love to sit on y'all moral high horse. Y'all can't let that slide.
Watch me rant about this adorable creature for 13 minutes straight.
Oh, that's what you're
Quick
about
disclaimer,
to do?
I am giving my insight
I'm
on
okay with
Iris as a
that.
person who has watched both cores of Season 1, all the episodes of Season 2, and Volumes 1 to 6 of the light novels.
He got some information.
I'll be pulling many details on Volumes 1 through 6 of the light novels, so anime onlys beware. Before I begin, what do I mean by the Mushoku Tensei effect? By this, I mean Rifujin no Maganote. I'm sorry if I butchered your name. The author of Mushoku Tensei's ingenious way of creating profound characters that each are complex and fleshed out in their own way. Not a single character in this story feels out of place or unnecessary. Even characters that can be passed as mob characters you see in the background have motivations and stories to tell. This helps us, as the viewer, truly feel for these characters and be immersed in this living and breathing world. Now, how does the Mushoku Tensei effect apply to our favorite tsundere girl here? Well, to start, there's this checklist that I like to use to signify whether or not a character is a perfect tsundere. I call it the Infinity Stones of a tsundere.
Okay, talk to me.
Does she express her love for you by playfully punching you?
Definitely does that.
Does it take much time before she starts warming up?
Hold on, let's take a step back. He has a checklist for tsunderes. Now, I'm not a judgmental guy. I just wanted to make that aware in case you missed that. All right, just want to make that aware.
To you.
Hold on, I missed that one.
Does it take much time before she starts warming up to you?
Okay.
Does she capture your soul with painfully cute reactions or mannerisms?
Okay, you're overdoing this one, bruh.
Does she have a hard time saying what's on her mind or her true feelings?
Alright, this checklist is crazy. Can we just keep it a buck? This checklist is crazy.
Does she do things that leave you utterly speechless? Does she love you unconditionally?
Bro, why do you have so much things on your checklist, bro? You must, like, I swear, he goes into an anime, he's like, oh, this looks like a tsundere. Every episode, he just looking at his checklist. Oh, yep, boom, that's it. Oh, she just need one more. She just need one more to be a perfect tsundere. Like, what are you doing?
Need no reason and make you her entire unquestionable reality? Well, not really. At least not at first. I don't think that Eris's character amounts to your average tsundere. No, she is more than that, and that's why we love her. Usually the general trope of a tsundere found in countless anime out there treats the story's protagonist poorly for no reason. However, they seem to treat everyone else around them relatively well. After the protagonist does one or two basic things, the tsundere proceeds to fall hard for the protagonist, while still denying their feelings. This is what genuinely defines a tsundere.
Yep.
Don't get me wrong, I love a typical tsundere as much as the next person. However,
we can tell.
Eris is different. Her whole character trait of being selfish and arrogant stemmed from her environment. Her loud and violent grandfather Saurus, who commands and leads the entire household and the Vitoa region, was a driving factor in shaping her personality. To make matters worse, Eris being the only granddaughter Saurus had access to led to Eris being spoiled to no end.
Yep.
With Saurus being the supreme leader of the household, no one can object to how he treats his granddaughter. It is no surprise how Eris ended up the way she is. She was brought up in a sheltered and spoiled environment, and as a result of this, she never really cared for the duties a noble's life came with. It's not that she only treats our protagonist Rudeus poorly, it's that she treats everyone poorly. So as far as she was concerned, this light brown-haired tutor that was younger and shorter than her was another unworthy stranger unfit for teaching her. Eris did not like Rudeus at all, and getting her to listen would take some heavy-handed measures. Even then, it's hard to teach an old dog new tricks.
Yeah.
Her character traits were built long before she met Rudeus, and it's impossible to change a person's mind overnight. However, as the dazzling light of Rudeus' fireball captured her mind, her curiosity for magic began to blossom. Through this began Rudeus' difficult years of teaching Eris and Ghislaine reading, writing, arithmetic, and magic.
Yep.
Not that Eris cared about anything other than magic and swordplay at first. Her unabated curiosity for learning things she enjoyed fueled her. Eris is a hard worker for the things she is genuinely passionate about.
So basically, what I'm breaking down, what I'm getting from this video, because I don't want to interrupt this point, but I'm going to interrupt it because I'm just that nigga. Anyway, the Mushoku Tensei effect is pretty much like no other anime is touching his character development. Is basically what he's saying. He's saying Mushoku Tensei has that child energy when it comes to character development. That's what he's saying. I full-heartedly agree with that statement. Niggas will learn. And basically this Mushoku Tensei effect is on Eris, if you didn't realize. Okay, just wanted to make that clear.
Despite her arrogance, she looks up to people who are masters of the craft. Ghislaine in swordplay, Rudeus with his clever methods of presenting and using magic, and Saurus with his fierce but commanding demeanor. Surrounded by practical geniuses, her rate of growth rapidly accelerated. But it also planted a seed of insecurity she would carry throughout her youth with Rudeus. The more skills she acquired, the bigger these role models of hers appeared to be. Aside from Ghislaine, she learned to respect and admire Rudeus' ability to seemingly do anything. No matter what she did, right or wrong, Rudeus would always have an answer for her problems. He never lashed out at Eris' selfish behaviors and was always patient with her. But over time, her respect and admiration became a fondness for Rudeus. She did not hesitate to brag about his amazingness to anyone she could. This character change resulted in her refusing to allow anyone to look down on Rudeus, because to her, no one can shine as brightly as Rudeus. The fondness Eris had for Rudeus developed into something much more special. Unfortunately, the anime did not cover the perspective of Eris I will describe. But during the night of Rudeus' 10th birthday party, Eris was awoken by her mother. Her mother dressed her up and told her to go to Rudeus' room and, surrender herself to him. But the moment Rudeus started getting ahead of himself, a thought popped into her head. Maybe he doesn't actually love me. She recalled seeing her father and Rudeus staying up late, so she assumed her father told him about the situation and permitted Rudeus to have his way with her. As all these thoughts circulated in her head, she decided she wasn't okay.
Why didn't they put this in the anime? Why wasn't this in the anime? He said this is a volume, like they skipped over this in the anime. Niggas always want to shit on Rudeus, but stuff like this happen. Like, things like this happen. Like, nobody knows about it because it's not in the anime. Like, he can't get a break.
Okay with this anymore. End quote. Shoved him away. As she slammed the door, heading back for her room.
Did we have context? Because, like, clearly the anime shows her going into the room. But I don't think we had context on this. I don't think they told us why she did that. Like, why she went into the room in the first place.
Scared. She thought that she just made a grave mistake. Rudeus was the only person who put up with her antics, so she thought she would never find someone with as much backbone as Rudeus ever again. She genuinely felt that Rudeus was the only one for her. When she returned to his room, she was surprised to see Rudeus prostrating himself. In response, she promised to try the scenario again after 5 years. This is when Eris fell in love with Rudeus. Her over-reliance on him and the people she idolized snowballed, and the fragile frame she subconsciously hid behind began to break at the start of the mana teleportation incident. Tossed into unfamiliar land in the middle of nowhere, far away from home, and meeting a scary green-haired man,
always want to shit on this character, but like, just think about what he has done for Eris. Just think about that.
Being punished for all her selfish behaviors. With Ghislaine and her family gone, the only person that came to her rescue was Rudeus. Eris's attachment to Rudeus and her journey in Dead End was a turning point in her life. Her growth was visible during multiple instances of her travels with Dead End.
Yep.
She doesn't lash out as often as she did back then. In the light novels, one of her main reasons for doing so was so that she would not be a nuisance to the party. However, the notion of her holding back does not only extend to that, as we see her exhibiting patience during her little fight with Minotona in the Doldia village. The old Eris would have ensured that she repaid what had been done to her in tenfold, especially by someone objectively weaker than her. However, she did hold back, and even accepted Minotona's apology. It is bizarre to me that saying someone accepted an apology is an amazing thing, but it is for Eris.
Yep.
I believe she picked up this trait from Rudeus, because Rudeus knows how to be patient with Eris when he tutored her. This idea of Eris being influenced by Rudeus is a common theme. During their journey, Rudeus never seemed to falter, even though he was younger than her. Even when Eris could see Rudeus hiding his anxiety not to worry her, he always figured something out. Whether it was when he talked things out with Superb, dealt with demon folk.
See, this video is just like, the niggas that want to shit on Rudeus, y'all need to come watch this video. Y'all let all these little minor interactions, because y'all want to be on your moral high horse, and let all these minor interactions get you away from how Rudeus is as a character and his character development and what he's done for the characters around him in his world. Like, y'all gotta wake up. I know this is about Eris, but I'm making it about Rudeus. Open your eyes. I said it before and I'll say it again. Rudeus is gonna have the best character development out of all the anime, and I must die on that hill.
Or even listen to her at times of vulnerability, he seemed steadfast and strong. So strong that Eris felt like she was being left behind. Her motivation to improve herself as a swordswoman from then on stemmed from her desperation not to be a burden for Rudeus. She felt that in her current state, she hindered the progress of their journey.
Yep, that's why she left.
Thus, we see her train vigorously and diligently, working to improve herself daily. We progressively see her get stronger. The light novel stated that she trained with Rudeus much more than what the anime led on.
Damn.
But the results were still there.
Yeah.
And a year into their journey, she believed she wouldn't be a hindrance anymore. She could finally walk beside Rudeus. Well, we know how that went. A crushing defeat at the hands of Rudeus in a straight-up sparring match with no magic. To Eris, it felt like cheating, Rudeus overtook her in one clean sweep on a road that she had been walking on for years.
That boy's
Rudeus
just a
shone brighter
dog.
than ever, and Eris felt it pointless to try catching up to him. From then on, no matter what efforts Eris put into proving her worth, it felt paltry compared to what Rudeus was capable of. From his quick rebound after the severe depression that overtook him from his fight with Paul, and him managing to befriend the third prince Zanoba and save Lilian Aisha, Rudeus was truly amazing. Her time spent with Rudeus and Ruijerd gave her a false sense of security. She thought she didn't need to worry about anything. As long as she was with Rudeus, she would be safe, and he could take care of everything for her. This feeling would all crumble when she witnessed Rudeus die before her eyes. She was powerless to do anything.
Turning point.
And even then, Rudeus stood up against the dragon god Orsted, unafraid,
Like a
and managed to
dog.
brainstorm countermeasures should they ever find themselves in a situation like that again. Rudeus appeared to be godlike. Eris did not want to let go of him because she feared he would disappear if she did. The final nail in the coffin of Eris's breaking point was finding out that nothing was left for her when she arrived home. Her family and house were gone. Soon, she feared that Rudeus would leave her too. At this point, he had finished a contract to tutor her, which had been 5 years long, took her safely home, and still had to search for his remaining missing family members. She was sure Rudeus was going to leave her. In desperation, she seduced Rudeus with her body to keep him with her. But during their sweet time in bed, she came to a realization that I believe encapsulates what the Mushoku Tensei effect does for its characters. Throughout her time with Rudeus, she always knew he was younger than her. He was smaller than her. But the pedestal she put Rudeus on was so high that she never even noticed. Despite being this way, Rudeus never failed to protect Eris.
A dog.
She regretted forcing herself on him due to her selfish desires. She looked back on all the
But
times.
like, was it really like? I know she thinks she forced himself on it, but like, she has to realize eventually, right? Like that she didn't. Like that nigga, that's been what that nigga been wanted that. Like she's gonna realize that, right?
She had spent with Rudeus and all the people she had met along the way. She made a firm decision not to stay the way she is now. She is striving to become a better, stronger person. From the time she was a spoiled, arrogant, and self-centered little girl, she matured into someone who can identify and accept their flaws and take action to change. And I respect her for that. The old Eris could not even comprehend the idea of changing herself.
Okay.
It is not easy to change yourself or accept your weaknesses, but it's when you do that you will start to see a real change. This is what the Mushoku Tensei effect does to its characters. Characters are not dull or unremarkable. Each of them feels multidimensional and complex. Their determination and drive that pushes them to do the things they do are meaningful. Eris Greyrat isn't your run-of-the-mill tsundere. She is her own person. If you made it this far in the video, I have nothing else to say but thank you. This
I got
is my
something
first
to say.
video and I was torn about what to upload.
Oh,
But I
W
felt
first
like
video.
a Mushoku Tensei Eris video was fitting. I'm not sure where I'll take this channel, but I'll do my best. I also have a Twitter and a playlist of all the anime songs I've listened to. Go check it out.
Now let me talk about this. Now, you really might have woken some niggas up. Now, me personally, I've been awake. I know about the deep character development this show has. I'm not asleep. But the only problem is that I don't think it should be the Mushoku Tensei effect. I think it should be the Rudeus Greyrat effect. Because all these side characters with this development, they only have it when Rudeus is in. Like, think about it even to this latest season. Well, what's that nigga's name? Some nigga called him the Paul clone that he went traveling with like 2 episodes ago, back when the Sarah shit was happening. Just his growth while he was on the screen for 2-3 episodes. It's not the Mushoku Tensei effect. It's the Rudeus effect. He has a way on the characters in the show. And that's why I don't understand why niggas can shit on such a character, bruh. Y'all make me sick. Anyway, Arisma W video. I hope you make some more Mushoku Tensei videos. You will always have a viewer here. W video. All right.